Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Mezco 1/12 Collective Superman 1978 Christopher Reeves Superman figure. So, this guy has been a long time coming. We haven't had a lot of high quality Christopher Reeve 6 or 7 inch scale action figures. Neca made a pretty nice one back in the day, but I'm hoping this one tops that. So let's check out a look at the packaging. This thing looks excellent. You can see the classic Superman logo, Mezco toys, by collectors, for collectors, in this cylinder metal tin, 1/12 Collective, pose, play, display, DC. The back, we've got the Superman logo from the film. At the top, this really cool silver Superman logo. At the bottom, pretty much blank. There is a barcode in case that happens to help anybody. So no further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. So here's the canister, still in its plastic wrap. And here it is, out of the plastic, finally able to breathe. Now that we've got the lid off, let's get this figure out of here. So you can see at the top, a lot of plastic, the baggie, comes with its own batteries. So let's slide the figure out. Packaging is fantastic so far. As you can see, here he is. There's the Superman, comes with his Fortress of Solitude base, a whole bunch of accessories, fantastic looking packaging. You can already see the back of his cape, the flight stand. Everything is top notch about the packaging here. As we continue to get this guy out of the package, I'm finding more and more goodies. The only other Mezco figure I've gotten that was packaged this way was the Rumble Society, Pink Skull's Chaos Club, and that had 3 figures inside of it. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package, let him breathe, and see if he's good as we hope he is. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with a display base, a flight stand, a baggie for all his accessories, that amazing Fortress of Solitude piece. He comes with 7 alternate hands, totaling 9 interchangeable hands, 3 different heads. He's got a thing of Kryptonite, a necklace with some Kryptonite on it, and 3 Kryptonian crystals. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's check out the actual figure. So here's Mezco's take on the Christopher Reeves Superman. I will say the facial likeness is pretty good. Has the big sort of 70s hair, the traditional curl. The actual face looks very good if you ask me. They definitely captured his essence. Depends on what angle you look at it from, but I'd say for the most part it looks great as Christopher Reeve. Going further down, the neckline, it's a little bit too noticeable. I feel like the suit is a little bit too low cut compared to the neck, shows more of his chest than I'd like. The cape, very nice. The right length, has a wire in it, you can bend it any way you'd like. Of course on the back, we have that classic Superman symbol added on top of there. Going further down, his actual suit, it looks very nice. It's that light shade of blue. One thing I don't like is you can sort of see his skin through here. I'm not sure how well it's coming through the camera. It's almost like one of those old blankets your grandma would knit. Has a bunch of holes in it. I personally always hate those kind of blankets, and I don't recall his suit looking like that, although I could be wrong. Superman logo looks fantastic. Going further down, trunks look a little big. I love the way the belt looks, but I feel like maybe they should have started where the bottom of the belt is and gone down to about here. Looks like double jointed elbows, although they don't go too far in. Double jointed knees. Boots a little bit darker red than the rest. They look very nice as well. Overall, it's a great figure. Not perfect. Does it beat the NECA figure? We'll check that out throughout the video. And then, here's the figure broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. So now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. So he comes with that Mezco 1/12 Ziploc baggie for all the accessories, and Mezco is one of those companies I try to keep the accessories separated from everything else. Now let's check out his display base and flight stand. As you can see, the display base is a perfect circle. It's got the classic Superman logo in the center, and it's surrounded by clouds. Has 1 peg for the peg hole in his feet. Then you've also got the flight stand. They come in 2 pieces. In order to connect them, flip your display base around where the peg is, take the base of the flight stand, push it out. Then you'll be able to attach the flight stand to the base. So here's his completed base and flight stand. As you can see, the bottom can rotate around. It's hinged here as well, hinged here as well. Then it can rotate at the top, and it does have this clamp to be able to hold your figure. And here's a quick look of him flying, utilizing the flight stand. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 9 of them. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. Here's his next pair of hands. These are his flight hands. Every Superman figure should come with hands like this. And then his next pair of hands. I would describe these as some grabbing hands. And here's his next pair of hands. These are some semi-open gripping hands. And he has one last left hand. This is sort of a pinching hand. This is going to allow you to put the crystal into the Fortress of Solitude base. Now let's look at his heads. He has 3 of them, one of which is a pretty normal expression, one has a grin, and one has sort of a goofy smile with his teeth exposed. Here he is with his first head. This has the most normal expression. Here's his second head. This one has a slight grin on his face. And here's his third head. Has a sort of goofy smile with the teeth exposed. And I will say the promotional material for this figure only showed 2 different heads, so it's almost like he got a bonus head in some ways. Now let's look at his Kryptonite Necklace. As you can see, it's an actual metal link chain on the back. On the front, it's got the Kryptonite on the front, and the back, just some stone. Very useful accessory for a bunch of different action figure scenarios. Here he is with the Kryptonite around his neck. And here he is, collapsed on the floor, unable to move due to the Kryptonite. And he comes with another piece of Kryptonite. This chunk of Kryptonite is semi-transparent. I don't believe it's from the first film. I believe it's from the 3rd film with Richard Pryor. And I decided to save the best for last. This is an amazing base. It's his Fortress of Solitude piece. You can see all these crystals going up and down. Sculpting detail is fantastic. Some are transparent, some are not. You can see you've got an area for him to stand in. It's kind of like a Kryptonian computer. This would access the memories or the file of Jor-El. Now you can insert these smaller crystals into here and activate the light up feature. Now in order for this thing to light up, you're going to need some batteries. And Mezco did include 3 of these AAA batteries. And for the price, they damn sure should have. Now in order to attach the batteries, you've got this piece at the bottom, unscrew, it's got an on-off switch, and actually has 3 different options. I'm going to assume one will keep it permanently on, and one will have it turn on when activated with his Kryptonite crystals. And speaking of the Kryptonian crystals that will activate the light-up features on his Fortress of Solitude base, he comes with 3 of them. 2 are transparent, 1 is green. They all have sort of a magnet at the bottom, and that's what will activate the feature on the base. Here he is, standing in the base. Here he is, getting ready to put the crystal into the base. And it works like so. Take any of the 3 crystals, put it right in the center, and the whole thing ends up lighting up. Looks very cool. Here he is on the base, without it being lit up. And here, utilizing the light up features. Here he is with a complete Fortress of Solitude setup. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out the height of this guy. From bottom to top, he's sitting at about 6.5 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 16.5 centimeters. And now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. You can look up and down about that far. Very impressive. Can tilt his head from side to side as well, giving him a nice amount of personality. He does have articulation at the top of the neck, as well as the base of the neck, and it works very well combined with his chest articulation when putting him into a flying pose. Very nicely done, Mezco. Then his shoulders, on a ball joint, they can go about this far, up, down, around, all that good stuff. There is a bicep cut below that. His double jointed elbows, but they only go in this far. I can tell they're double jointed. I can feel the joint here and here. His wrist here, it can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint in his chest, can rotate around, Can also go forward and back about that far. Another ball joint in his waist. Rotate around. Also go forward and back, giving him a very nice range of motion in his torso. His legs go out about this far. They can go forward about that much. Back about that far. He does have sort of a thigh cut here. Leg can rotate. Double jointed knees. Go back all the way. Very nice. His boot can rotate. Then his ankle here goes up and down. It can rotate, and it can tilt rock at least a little bit. And that leads me to one thing I want to point out. Where the thigh cut is here, you can totally see that through his pants, and frankly, it looks pretty bad. Here he is, casually standing above a cat burglar, using suction cups to climb the side of a building. And here he is, getting weakened by some kryptonite from a comic-style Lex Luthor. Boy, I would love it if Mezco would make a Gene Hackman Luthor. And Lex could also be stabbing him with the kryptonite shard. And then, here he is standing in front of the American flag in a classic Superman pose. Truth, justice, the American way, all that good stuff. Now let's check him out, compared with some other action figures. Starting off with the Neca Christopher Reeves Superman figure. Here they are next to each other, got the Mezco on the left, the Neca on the right. These are both some gorgeous figures, home runs by both companies. Sort of just depends on your personal preference which one is better. I'd say they both have an excellent face and hair sculpt. Their body sculpt is very good as well. Just depends on what you like. The Neca one is pure plastic except for the cloth cape, and of course the Mezco one has the cloth soft goods outfit as they always do. I noticed the color in the suit a little bit lighter on the Mezco. Like I said before, depends on your personal preference. I do think the Mezco face looks a little bit better, but this Neca one has a soft spot in my heart. I cannot wait to put this Mezco Superman 78 next to the 1989 Batman. That'll be a match made in heaven. Which one do you guys like better? Tell me in the comments below. Now let's check him out, next to some other Mezco figures. Here he is, next to the only other Mezco Superman that I have. This is the Henry Cavill Superman from Batman vs. Superman. I do think it's really cool having both live incarnations of Superman, Christopher Reeve, and Henry Cavill. Here he is, next to a few different Mezco Batman figures. And here he is, next to a few more Mezco Batman figures. We've got the Ascending Knight, the Sovereign Knight, and the Supreme Knight Batman. And here he is, with my entire collection of Mezco 1/12 action figures. Now let's check him out, next to a couple of other Superman-related characters. Here he is with the DC Direct Jimmy Olsen and Perry White. And here he is next to a Mattel DC Universe Classics Clark Kent figure. Now let's check him out, compared with some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. I'll start off with my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect and work my way smaller, and I'll try to include as many Superman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here he is with some DST or Diamond Select toys. And here he is next to some McFarlane Superman figures. Then next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Superman figures. And here with some NECA figures. Then here he is next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Superman figures. And here he is next to some Mafex figures. Then next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, here he is next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a very nice figure. The likeness with Christopher Reeve is excellent. His articulation is very nice. The accessories are absolutely amazing, especially the Fortress of Solitude base that lights up. Really like the Kryptonite accessories as well. The only thing I really don't like or have any sort of problem with is the fact that you can sort of see through some parts of the suit. Really not happy with that aspect of things. His cape is also very nice. I like the boots and just the way this guy looks. Very spot on to the film. Overall, if I were to rate this figure, I'd give him a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Home run from Mezco. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.